Hello everyone, how's it going? I'll tell you what, I definitely wasn't too far off with my predictions, was I? Fucking hell. Even if Trump doesn't win, it is exactly right what I was saying. What, yesterday, day before? Not a landslide, is it? Doesn't look like it. 11 of 50 states are in. Put the custard creams down. I've ran out of custard creams many months ago. I can't believe how many people of you are actually sat watching it, you sad bastards. Staying up this late to watch this. I've got an excuse, right? I just got in, had a shower, ate me dinner, did the dishes. Oh, Al's in, all right, mate. Yeah, I wasn't even going to do it. I was sitting there eating my dinner about 5 o'clock and I thought, looks like there's a lot of sad bastards on Twitter still up. So I thought I'd just put one up and see if anybody came in. One thing I want to say, right, to John. Fucking hell, Foxy, you're still up as well, you sad bastard. I'm going to set a Discord up, Al, so hopefully I can square it away and we can get people in when we fancy a chat. But I'm a bit of a boomer, aren't I? I know I look youthful and handsome, but I'm actually 41 years old and I'm not a tech guru either, so I'll square it away. Regarding what you're saying there, John, about being inflamed and defeated, I just want to tell everyone, right, calm the fuck down. Like, I was only joking with the write-up that I put on YouTube for the start of the chat. It really is fascinating to me how pathologically in line with American politics the entire world is. Like, it seems like if you go on Twitter, it's an absolute shit show. It literally seems like everyone in the world's sitting there watching, like, what is essentially a foreign election. It proves USA, USA, USA. Yes, it does. It proves that the American empire is alive and kicking. It's a thing. It's the empire whose name you must not say, but it's definitely a thing, isn't it? Because as I've joked about in the past, right, I was saying how months ago when George Floyd got killed, I was like, how does one bloke getting killed 3,000 miles away cause mass hysteria, riots, and people shouting in like Edinburgh going, hands up, don't shoot, when Michael Brown got shot? It's like, nobody's got a gun in Edinburgh. You're shouting, hands up, don't shoot, at Scottish coppers who haven't got a gun. They're all stood there going, I haven't got a fucking gun. Have you got a gun? Nobody's got a gun. And they're shouting, hands up, don't shoot, which didn't happen, by the way. If anyone's still labouring under the delusion that happened, that didn't happen. But when has the truth got in the way? It's crazy to me. Like, it seems like the whole world's sitting watching this with bated breath. So let me just try and minimise this chat a little bit so we can see what's going on. I told you I wasn't a tech guru. So there we go, that's not too bad, is it? You still can't see the number. And I'll zoom out a bit. There we go. Fuck you, Biden. We don't need to see Biden's. Delighted. Has he got Florida confirmed then? So I was right there, wasn't I? What did I say yesterday? I believe my exact quote was, as long as there's a hole in my arse, Biden's not leading by 10 points in Florida. You're not going to get Cubans, people fleeing from communist regimes are not going to vote for a man who's now pandering to a bunch of lunatic, eat an apple through a tennis racket, head full of horse shit, AOC, Rashida Tlaib types. You are never going to get Cubans to vote for that. Never. They're like the Polish. Based Polish people, aren't they? The Polish. All right, Sadwings, nice to see you again. You've been away for a week or two, haven't you? Have you been working? Because you're one of them hard-working, blue-collar Americans who doesn't want to get everything for free. Darren, someone sensible streaming. Well, you know, I didn't think anyone would turn up because Sargon's on, isn't he? And I was watching him for an hour or two. I'll tell you what did annoy me, though. Going on about the coronavirus endlessly. I listened to him talking to that Destiny guy about coronavirus, on and on and on. And what have I told you guys? I'm sick to the back teeth of hearing about coronavirus. I don't believe it's the main thing for the election. The Democrats tried to make it about the main thing for the election because they thought, oh, we've got him here. We can make him look like a twat. But I don't believe it's the top three. It's like everyone who's got half a brain cell knows that the coronavirus has fucked people from Scotland to Singapore. Yeah? It's fucked people from... I can't think of some more countries that begin with the same letters. Denmark to Deutschland. France to fucking the Philippines. Actually, that's a P. Anyway, the point is, it's killed people all across the world. And they're trying to go, oh, look at this, Trump's got 200,000 people's blood on his hands. I was like, what do you think if, like, Biden was in, or Obama, or Clinton, or anyone, or Bush? Those numbers would have been roughly the same, don't you think? Maybe I'm being some weak, lily-livered centrist again, but fucking... it would be about the same. And this is what I'm telling you guys, right? Don't get pathological with rage or joy about the election. Maybe I can be the happy-go-lucky, merry stream going on amongst all the meltdowns. Because, let me tell you, as a 41-year-old man who's lived through fucking plenty of elections, I know I sound like my grandpa there, I'm not that old, but it doesn't really matter. I don't believe that a twat like Biden, who's been in politics 47 years, is going to change the fucking world. And I don't believe that Trump... I mean, look at Trump, right? Again, you have to lean... This is why my preference, again, for Trump on this issue. You have to think... I've got friends on Facebook who are like mega lefties, and they're melting down saying like, oh my God, if Trump doesn't win, oh my God, this is it for the gays. Oh, this is it for the gays. This is it for the disabled. And I'm like, he's fucking been in charge for 4 years. Like... Never bet against America. All the time I've been here, it just keeps on chugging. Chugged along under Obama when all the Republicans were melting down. Chugged along under Trump. Never bet against America. The powers that be don't let America go too mental. I don't believe it'd go too mental under Biden. So it's not the end of the world if he wins, in my opinion. I know there's a lot of you guys going to disagree with me. And it's not the end of the world if Trump wins. But the left are melting down. Like, oh my God, that's it for the blacks. He's going to load them all into fucking cannons and fire them onto the moon. It's like, he's not going to do anything. He's not going to do anything. 4 years have gone by. What's happened? Not that different. And like I keep saying, to the little guys like us who just go to work, shag your missus once every 5 to 6 weeks, go for a pint on a weekend... You know, normal people. Never changes that much. I don't care who wins. You just crack on. Maybe if you're a lazy bastard and you want to game the system and get on welfare, you could manage that easier if Biden won. But for the normal guys, the blue-collar fuckers like me, you just crack on. Like almost nothing changes. Maybe a bit more tax money will come out my bank account. Maybe a bit more will go in. I definitely got about $50 a month more in my paycheck when Trump won. So that was good. I remember joking about it with the HR guy, because he was like a very overweight, very camp black guy was our HR manager, obviously, because the gay men love HR for some reason. I don't know why, but in America, I guess because of all this equality of outcome, sort of socialist tinkering, HR departments in America is where they stuck all the people with the affirmative action or the degrees in, like, you know, gender studies or whatever it is. HR departments are always full of camp black men, which is really weird. And I remember joking to him because he went, oh, I said, how come I've got $55 extra in my paycheck this month? And he was like, oh, that's Trump's tax cut. And I was like, fucking hell. Not only have I gone from being on the fence to a Trumper, I would fucking blow him. If Trump walked in here now for $55, I would smoke his paw myself. I'd have to fight the strippers for his cock, like, big elbows, yeah. So, it's it's ridiculous how much people melt down over politics. And that's my message to everyone watching. I'll disagree with plenty of you. Not the end of the world what happens. Trump wins, crack on as normal. Biden wins, crack on as normal, maybe pay a bit more taxes. I'm a stoic. I can deal with it. Oh yeah, long term, fuck the economy. But again, what happens with politics? It's a pendulum. So fucks the economy, and then as a result of the fucked economy, someone like Thatcher comes in. and then hacks and slashes and then get the economy back squared away again. Nothing is insurmountable in politics, is my message for people that are melting down. If Biden comes in for 4 years and fucks everything up, then the anti-Biden wins. That's just the way it works. Trump did an alright job, so he's not getting fucking smashed. He's not getting caned now, is he? All these people saying, fucking hell, he's going to lose by 15 points. It's a load of shit. Oh yeah, on about Thatcher, I told you guys I'd show you. This is what my wife always shows people when they come over. It's what I keep next to my bed. You know, because I'm getting on now. If I start to, like, wave between the sheets and I'm, you know, thumbing rope in, I just look at my Margaret Thatcher portrait and suddenly it's fucking boom. It's up there. Because the Iron Lady. So, yeah, there you go. She's watching over us tonight. Green New Deal will start a civil war. Well, that's what I'm saying. I don't believe it'll happen. I don't believe a twat who's been in politics 47 years, like bungling Biden, I don't believe he's going to fucking do any of it. And Kamala Harris, and everyone's calling her a fucking... That's disturbing. I was kidding. Kamala Harris, everyone's saying, fucking hell, she's far left. Kamala Harris isn't far left either. England's got far left people. Jeremy Corbyn was far left. Jeremy Corbyn was a full-blown fucking commie. Biden, Kamala Harris, no way. No fucking way. Kamala Harris was like Robocop when it suited her. She is. This is why Kamala Harris is so despicable. Kamala Harris is obsessed with power. I think Biden is just thick and he's just a liar. And he wants money, got involved for money, enriched his son, enriched his brother. You know, that's why he's into it. Biden, obsessed with money. Kamala Harris, obsessed with power. Kamala Harris, fuck me, she smoked a 68-year-old man's cock to get power. If you're willing to do that for power, you are obsessed with power. And Kamala Harris, she's not left-wing. She's a centrist, go anywhere the wind blows as long as she gets power. So neither Kamala or Biden are communists. They aren't. Know that a lot of you guys want to disagree with me, but I'm just right. Biden's been in power 47 years, not a communist. Kamala Harris, say any fucking thing to get elected. So, they aren't. I don't believe we'd get a Green New Deal. I think they'll go, yeah, vote for us, and then as soon as they're in, they'll go, fuck off, that doesn't make any sense. They must know that it's bullshit. They must be clever enough. Joe Biden and Kamala Harris must know that the Green New Deal makes as much sense as fucking hieroglyphics does to me. It's lunacy from start to finish. So, no, not happening. Not happening. That's me talking about being all happy and go-lucky, right? Yeah, I reckon Biden's fucking gone wrong, hasn't he? Jay, you're up as well? Fucking hell, you sad bastards. Let me have a look then. I've got to do something rather than just monologue for an hour, haven't I? Results flirting as more US polls close. Harris did a voiceover for a campaign video that was, oh yes, I did see that, yeah. Yeah, but again, do you think she believes that? Gustavo, do you honestly think a creature like Kamala Harris, who used to brag about being all right-wing on crime, oh, I locked him up, it wasn't very popular in California, you've seen that video, right? She's a creature of the swamp. She's obsessed with power. She'll go whichever way she thinks will put her in charge. And none of the people in Sacramento are commies, are they? Even, like, again, Pelosi, Barbara Boxer, all these people. They're not communists. They're just pandering to the fucking idiots who don't know any better. All eyes on Florida. Let's have a look. Early results in the presidency showed Donald Trump with a lead over Joe Biden in the pivotal race of Florida. With more than 90% counted, Mr. Trump was 3 points ahead. Looks like he's going to take it then. Florida's in the bag. Booyah. Right? So I was right. I'm tempted to put my video up and gloat for a little bit, but we'll just say, yeah. Like I said, he's going to get more of the black vote, definitely. Black men. More of them are going to vote. I don't know, it was about 10%, wasn't it? Skeletal cyborg. Yeah, Pelosi is fucking Wurzel Gummidge. Honking. Creature. But More black men are going to vote for Trump. He's going to increase his share of the black vote. How can any of you guys who've watched YouTube be under any illusions that the black vote's going to go more for Trump than it did in 2016? All of the big names on YouTube, loads of them, with loads of fucking support. Zuby, Candace Owens, Thomas Sewell. There's fucking dozens of them. There's loads. I can't even reel them all off because I watch so many. They're all going on about how Trump's a good guy. He's got a good message like Thatcher, and it's that working hard is good for you. Working hard is good for your soul. Working hard it's better to get poor people to work. Not just because they're not a burden on the state, because it's good for them in dozens of different ways that you don't even think about. And this is what I've always said. I love Thatcher as a working class northerner when so many hated her. Because my grandmother always loved Thatcher, and she told me my grandmother got 2 grants for a house off Margaret Thatcher. Because my grandmother worked her whole life, never had much money. She did, any unskilled job she could do. She was a taxi driver, worked in a grocery store, worked as a secretary, anything she could do. And Lady Gaga's a fucking idiot. And I've seen her minge, so I don't care what she has to say. She's got no power over me. And she's got a fucking nose like a builder's elbow. So there's 2 things I don't like about Lady Gaga. Pelosi's proof that Slee stacks bread with humans in the land of the lost. That's too American for me, that reference. I don't know who Slee stacks is. Let me Google that just for a laugh. Go back. There we go. Slee stacks. An extra-dimensional race of reptilian creatures. All right, yeah. Yeah, that is definitely you old bastard. How old are you, Sadwings? Fucking Land of the Lost. That is definitely before Matty's time. Anyway, let's move that up. It's fucked my picture up. There we go. Yeah, that's Land of the Lost. How old's that? Totally lost me. Anyway, right, so regards the bet, I have put my money on Trump, like I told you guys I was going to. Someone in here told me, one of you guys said they put 6 grand on him. And I was like, fucking hell, too rich for my blood. But I put 50 quid on Trump at 7s. Because I'm a man that always gambled, with my dad. And my dad's taught me how to gamble. And my dad's always said, you never bet big to win pennies. Like, there's no point sticking 100 quid on to win 100. So evens, 2s, my limit's 3s. If I'm ever betting on a horse, I'll pick 2nd or 3rd favourite. I want at least 3 to 1. So I looked through all the odds and I picked, I think it was 299. Martin it was, yeah. So I went for 299 seats to 330. And I got 7s. I think you told me that. So I got 7 to 1 for that. And I just hope it's about accurate. I just basically thought he'll get slightly more than last time. I was thinking maybe about the same as last time, and he might flip Nevada, Arizona or whatever. So I went for 330. 7 to 1. Good odds, right? I haven't got 6 grand spare though. I don't have a college degree. I'm not a wealthy man. So yeah. But I would have. If I had tons of money, of course, I'd have put my money on, because that's what my predictions have been. And like I said, I can go to bed happy, because either way I don't look like a total clueless cunt. I told you guys a dozen times, like, there is no fucking way Biden's winning by 10 fucking points. 11 points. They're like, oh, he's up by 7 in Florida. I was like, fuck off. Cubans. All you have to believe is this, right? And I was talking to my wife about it, and she is a hardcore Democrat. She was saying, like, she disagreed with me because I was saying, I just don't think if I was a lifelong Democrat, if I've watched all these businesses getting boarded up and putting steel piping up and fucking plywood and putting all of the bumpers and barriers around the shops, out of stubbornness, I don't know whether it's my northern, the Irish, the Scottish in me, I don't know what the fuck it is, the northern Englishman, I'm stubborn as fuck. And if you tell me I can't do something, I will do it. I'm a bad-tempered bastard and I'm stubborn. And I honestly think if I was a dyed-in-the-wool Democrat, voted Democrat for 30 years, but I seen people barricading the shops up tighter than a fucking nun's fanny, I'd vote Republican out of spite. Like, I'm so angry that they've made decent working class people terrified and barricade the shops up. I don't want to bend over and take one up the fucking dirt box for these people. And I would feel like I was. Like, even if I was dyed-in-the-wool Democrat, I swear down, I honestly believe that. My missus said, no, I don't think so. But I would, like, I'm not pandering to threats. And I never will. Kill me. I fucking mean it. I told people this, you know, in the military. It was in the Marines. It's a kinetic, you know, elite regiment, and we used to do like advanced to contact patrols in Afghanistan, in Helmand province, and you know, I come under fire. I don't like the swinging lanterns too much about the military again, because I try not to make this channel all about that. There's a lot of people I think try and monetize the Royal Marines, you know, just going about it all the time, and that's not me. I like to talk politics, but in the many times I was shot at by the enemy, you get angry. I remember telling my missus about it. She was like, oh, I don't think I could ever kill anyone. I was like, you could because they shoot at you and you go, motherfucker. Like, the logical part of my brain is like, I shouldn't blame them, I shouldn't hate them. If I was born in Helmand province, I'd probably join the Taliban. I'd be poor and uneducated and working class. And in that respect, it's true. You don't personally hate them on an individual level, and you understand that you could be in that position, but for a mere random piece of geographic happenstance. But you do get angry. They shoot at you and you think, fucking hell. It zips over your head and you think, this cocksucker motherfucker wants to stop me getting home to see me man, or me missus, or me kids, or whatever it is. And you think, fuck them. Like, maybe it's not their fault, but I will regretfully put them down. And that's what I've said about the death penalty. Like, I agree with the death penalty for the worst crimes imaginable. Not because I'm an idiot, or because I'm very right-wing, but because there is no logical argument for keeping people alive in this day and age when we know they've done it. Like, the reason we got rid of the death penalty was because we made mistakes. And my argument now is, you can just, if there's any doubt whatsoever, lock them up for life. But if they're on video, we've got fucking CCTV cameras coming out of our arses in England. If they're on video, or you've got DNA, if you see a video of a man cutting a girl's head off, and she's covered in his fucking spunk, we know he did it. We know he did it. It's not the 19th century. And if he's got a pathological reason for doing these things, we might as well get rid of him. Regretfully. No, I don't need to take pleasure in it. I've joked and said we should monetize it, you know, put it on Big Brother and be like, who should we kill Friday? Text Huntley to 8118. And you could even do it via, you know, choose the weapon. Text Hammer to 8119. Text dildo to 8111. Whatever you want. Right? I've joked about it and said, fuck it, I'll do it for free. Don't have to pay an executioner. But you regretfully put them down. Regretfully. Like a sick dog. And that's what you do. That's what you do when you're in a fucking war zone or something. It's stubbornness. Call it whatever you want. But I'd rather die than look myself in the mirror. This is what I've told you guys about integrity. Than look myself in the eye when I'm having a shave and be ashamed of the man that's staring back at me. Because when you're working class and you're scum like my fucking family is, the only thing a poor man has is his pride. It's the only thing a poor man's got. It's his pride, and it means everything to me. I would rip my own fucking heart out and eat it, rather than bend over and take one up the arse for some terrorist, some fucking petty tyrant, some fucking communist revolutionary. It's not happening. Told you, that woman who refused to put a fist up in the restaurant, that would have been me. You could have 100 fucking burly black basketball players. Well, actually, it's not even black guys, is it? Because Antifa and BLM are all fucking middle-class white cunts. But you could have a burly mob surround me, and I'm not putting my fist up. I'll die. I won't kneel to any man. They would have to put a bullet in my fucking head. It's not happening. And I'm convinced that there's a million people out there that are like me. And even if they wanted to vote for Biden, or they were leaning Biden, if they see their friends and neighbours barricading their fucking homes up or putting plywood boards up in the windows because they're afraid of what a mob is going to do to them if they don't get their way, I refuse to believe that people aren't going to go, fuck you. Fuck you. I'm not having it. I'm not having it. I would hold my nose and vote for Trump in that situation, no matter what happened, because I'm not doing it. You don't get to intimidate me. And if that little fat woman can do it when she's sat outside a shop, a little fat 50-year-old woman can say that to an angry mob of young lads, fuck you. You can do it too. Fuck them. I'd rather be dead than embarrassed. There you go. I'd rather be dead than embarrassed. Put another 50p in the dip machine. Yeah, I can talk shit all night. Unlike most people on YouTube, I have a gift for talking absolute shit. It never fucking ends. So I don't even need the internet window. I can just sit here and talk fucking shit all night long. It's a gift. It's a gift. Until you get punched in pubs and nightclubs of the northeast for being a gobshite. Anyway, so that's my fucking rant. Fuck them. Like, you know me, I'm not a hardcore Trump. Like I've told you guys many times, joking aside, I'm not massively into Trump. I'm not particularly right-wing. But you don't get to tell me. You do not get to intimidate me. It's not fucking happening. And I think millions of people are going to... And that is another reason why I was convinced it was going to be as close as it was. Because every time I make a quip about this, people on the left or on Twitter instantly just go, you're a fucking Nazi. You're a fucking Nazi. And I say, no, I'm not. I'm a registered Democrat. I like the Democrats because I'm an English conservative. And we aren't like the American conservatives. They don't believe it. They just go, no, you're a fucking right-winger. You're in the alt-right. Like, that's even a thing in fucking England. How many people have told me on Twitter, you're alt-right? Fuck off. Alt-right. It's not even a thing. In England, the alt-right is not a thing. It doesn't exist. The Ku Klux Klan doesn't exist. The alt-right doesn't exist. And the BNP, which is the only really right-wing party there, got less than 1% of the vote. In fact, I believe it was less than half of 1% of the vote. Let's check out of morbid curiosity, shall we? BNP. Fucking hell, give me some weird test. UK party. Like I said, careers. Like, oh, a fucking job there. Let's have a look. Far-right fascist party. How much of the vote did they get? Let's have a look. Less than 0.5% in 2016, if I know rightly. Must be able to get some fucking figures up here somewhere. What about 2016? Fucking hell, 2016 everywhere. Yeah, the English Conservatives are not conservative, but that's my point. That's why I don't think I'm particularly right-wing, because I'm an English Conservative. It's not the same, is it? Oh. There we go. In January 2015, the membership of the party numbered 500. 500. It's making my point even better than I could have hoped. 500. I thought they get lost less than 0.5% of the vote. It looks like they don't even get 0.1% of the vote. They have 500 members, down from 4,220 in December 2013. They fielded 8 candidates in 2015, and they got 99.7% vote decline from 2010. So there is no fascists in England. England, as I am proud to say, the country of my birth, is one of the most switched on fucking countries on earth. I upset one of my fucking fans a few months back who just left my channel because he was going, oh, this guy's always talking on about how good England is. But I told him, like, the Scottish are a good people, the crack's class, good lads, great inventors, great history there. But they don't know how to vote. Welsh, good lads, Paz are good lads, fucking loads of good lads in Wales, but they don't know how to vote. The one group of people who really know how to vote in England is fucking England, in the UK. They just know. Trust them. Trust them in all things. Like I said in Brexit, trust the people. They fucking know. Because it's part of our culture to be well informed. The average Englishman knows a lot about politics. I grew up as a teenager working on the building sites The steel erection I was in when I was a teenager, as everyone used to be in Middlesbrough, working at Lackenby, British Steel, ICI, Enron, and I got into that culture where no matter who I was working with, there'd be like a cabin full of lads, and they used to always go, yeah, Dave get the Daily Mirror, I'll get the Sun, Danny get the Daily Star, so-and-so get the Times, so-and-so get the Telegraph, and you'd sit there on your bed, and you'd read every fucking newspaper. You'd learn everything. It's a really well-informed country. Way better than the continental Europeans who just gravitate towards fascism and extremists all the time. Yes, this is a bit about newspapers, Darren. I can even talk shit about tabloids. What I'm saying here is, more than the continental Europeans, the fucking English know the crack. They're a centrist, reasonable, well-informed people. And it doesn't matter what shit anybody talks about us. We are, because the fucking government's not the people, is it? Wales did manage to pull out the bag. Well, again, I'm not saying we're that different, but of the lot, the English are the more squared away. Wales pretty good as well because they went for Brexit, but we're a centrist, reasonable country. We always float around the middle, and the middle's a sensible bit because you look at every issue, both sides of it, and you make your mind up on an individual level. So I'm not having it. You know, these people talking shit about the British in Europe, those motherfuckers have spawned more dictators in the last 100 years than we did in 2000. All they do is reel them out. Fucking Mussolini, Hitler, Stalin, fucking Tito, Quisling, fucking, they're just unending amounts of them. That's not England. We're better than them. And when they're talking shit about us, saying, fucking hell, have you unblocked me or have you got sent? Who the fuck blocked you? John, I've told you before, I don't block anyone. I have never blocked. Talking about integrity, hand on heart, I've never blocked anyone ever off my YouTube channel. So if you fucking getting your comments deleted, it ain't me. I haven't blocked anyone. Call me a cunt as many times as you like. Do as you fucking please. Fuck me, I'm a bootneck. Do you think I'm fucking upset when I hear some nasty words? I don't even hear them, I see them via text. It's not happening. Blair was the biggest piece of shit that ever ran, wasn't he? He wisely pretended he wasn't a lefty cunt and pushed New Labour about. And, yeah, ruined the country forever, didn't he? Sent out search parties for migrants. There's a good story I can segue into. Peter Mandelson, search parties. I bet you it comes up straight away. Yeah. I remember reading that. Labour sent out search parties for immigrants, Lord Mandelson admits. Done it on purpose. Do you remember? It was to rub the right nose in diversity. That's me quoting that fucking weasel shitbag monkey hanger. One of the few monkey hangers I can't stand. Fucking Lord Mandelson. My dad doesn't even call it Hartlepool. He just says Hartley fucking pool. Hartley fucking pool. It always has to have the fucking in between Hartley and pool. It is easy because I've told you. Fucking YouTube. It happens all the time. Hartley fucking pool. So they did it on purpose. What are you going to do about that, eh? What are you going to do about that? Oh, fuck, you know what? I've just thought. I didn't even put my poppy on. What a wanker. Apologies, I just got out the shower. Get my jam jar ready. What's that for? There we go. Can't do a live stream without my poppy on. I'm assuming they're going to need a hand this fucking year because nobody's allowed out, are they? Yeah, so Tony Blair, worst Prime Minister we've ever had. Fucking wrecked everything. Packed up and created the Supreme Court we didn't need. Sent out search parties for immigrants. Totally went conquer deep with the EU. Nothing else I can say. Back to the US election, eh? I went on a bit of a tirade there on British politics. But I get angry when people talk shit about the UK. I think we're a switched on, reasonable country. Way more reasonable than the Europeans. Okay, let's get back to the main one. Oh man, Biden's got a big lead now. 18 of 50. I don't think anyone who really crunched the numbers thought it was going to be a Trump landslide. The other thing is, How honest are they being? Like, I honestly think there's going to be some fucking cheating going on. Got to be, with all the postal votes. Got to be some cheating going on. So, no. Well, like I said, I've put my money down between 299 and 330 was what I was wagering on. Can't say fairer than that, can you? Put your money where your mouth is. Buy a dinghy and beach it down south so I can get a room. Only if you black up. If you black up like Justin Trudeau on his wedding photos or whatever the fuck it was, where he looked like Aladdin, maybe you can get it. But we do have a situation in the UK where the white working class really is second class citizens. And again, that's not a conspiracy theory. If you check the numbers, it's like more likely to get killed by the police, more likely to get arrested. I mean, look at Tommy Robinson. Tommy Robinson gets nicked with alarming frequency. Don't particularly agree with Tommy Robinson on everything, me. I think poor old Tommy Robinson didn't have the experience that I did growing up. Like I said, my best mate in primary school was Indian. There's a lot of Pakistanis and stuff in Middlesbrough, and there wasn't any issues with them. I guess there wasn't enough where they're sort of ghettoised and create the little counter community. So I didn't have any bad experiences growing up. Poor old Tommy did. And you listen to his speeches at Cambridge and that, and you see why he's pathological about it. His cousin got molested. It was fucking bad. So you can't blame the lad. You know, and he's entitled to his opinion. The way that to treat him is criminal. Like, he's just a working class lad with a strong opinion. He's not hateful. He's not a murderer. He hasn't killed anyone. He's responding to bad behaviour in an understandable fashion. And he is too vitriolic at times, but fucking hell, he's not Hitler, is he? I really don't think it's fair. And again, England's not a free country anymore. You can't treat people like that. He wouldn't be getting arrested if he was black, is my point. If he was black or brown, you get Muslims doing mad shit, like screaming outside the French embassy the day after someone got beheaded, and that poor bastard can't even have a chat. He can't even approach Speaker's Corner without getting arrested. I've seen that on Parler. He didn't do anything. And it's criminal. This is what I keep telling people. I'm a reasonable chap. I'm a centrist in all things. Boring bastard that I am. Probably more right than Sargon, as I keep saying. But I'm a centrist chap. I don't understand why everyone can't sit and really do the homework and try and think dispassionately. Again, maybe it's because I was a bootneck for so long. You know, where you've got to take prisoners and stuff, and you really, really fucking hate the bastards at times. But you know you've got to give them a bottle of water, tag them and bag them and send them on the way without attaching electrodes to the testicles and putting a bag of pork scratchings over the fucking head, because it's professionalism. So maybe that's why I'm a centrist, because I don't allow my emotions to completely ride roughshod over my brain. But like, I keep saying this. What do you think created more extremists in the UK? What do you think created more racists in the UK? Tommy Robinson talking, or 500,000 little girls getting raped senseless while the government and the police force helped them? At the very least, turned a blind eye and didn't stop it. What do you think makes people racist? What do you think makes people irrational? What do you think makes people violent? A working class bloke being a little bit crass occasionally, or the industrial rape of children, and the covering up by the government, the complicity of our MPs, the complicity of our police forces. What do you think makes people violent and aggressive? It's not the guy talking a bit, is it? He's not that charismatic. He's not some... Enoch Powell was a famous orator. Working class lads aren't that, because we're like me, we're not that well educated, and we don't have the vocabulary, and we certainly don't have the nice RP pronunciation that the likes of Sargon and other popular people have got, because the British, at its heart, is a class society, and if you really want to be popular, you have to talk with a nice posh accent. So we don't have that power, we don't. Tommy Robinson hasn't got the power to make people violent, racist thugs. But the British government and the police force and the politicians and the Parliament and the House of Lords openly being complicit in the rape of children, yeah, that has the power to make people violent. That has the power to make people aggressive. And it's basically a sort of rapey version of the Streisand effect, isn't it? That's what causes it. That's what causes it. It's the censorship and the corruption that makes people fucking angry as fuck. Not words. No man has that power. Anyway, let's do a bit more American politics, shall we? I've been talking shit for too long. 72 to 89, but, you know, anything can happen. That depends what states have declared, doesn't it? So, Illinois. Biden's ahead by what? Quite a fair bit. Tell you what though, one good thing about this modern era, it's fucking good how good the interactive maps are, isn't it? You can see exactly what's happening right in front of your face. So that's pretty Gucci. Again, doesn't look terrible, does it, for Trump? What I will tell you guys is if you're not a natural night owl, you might as well rap and fucking go to bed. Because watching the footage out here all the time, I've learned a lot about US politics, you know, reading about it. It's common for the elections to go past midnight. I believe 3 out of the last 5 presidential elections, they didn't even declare until the next morning. So if you're hanging out your ass and you want to go to bed, you might as well go to bed. Because this shit's not going to be over tonight. It's not going to be over. They could lie to you instantly. Marvellous! They could lie to us instantly. Hurrah! I'm going to mute this because another old, I think he was an ex-squaddy, he left the chat and left my channel and sent me a message and said, "You drank on a podcast, you filthy bastard. Such bad manners. Fuck you." And I was like, I swear constantly. I don't do anything professional. I just sit here and talk shit, make crass comments and drop C-bombs. Find it a bit weird that his nose got so out of joint because I was drinking. So I'll mute my mic for you while I wet my whistle. Hang on. There you go. He's like my old drill sergeant or something, all about manners. So, if you're not a night owl, I'd just go to bed, lads. There's this fucking shit, and with all the cheating that it looks like is going to go on, and the postal votes, they're not going to be declaring anytime soon. Certainly not before midnight out here. And it's fucking hell. It's only 6:45, so you might as well hit your scratches, because I'd expect them won't even. I would expect them won't even get it done by tomorrow morning. Have a look at Pennsylvania, Scranton. Let me have a look. Centre County. Fucking hell, he's pissed it. Is that where Scranton is? Anyone know? Scranton. Yoink. So you can do everything in an instant. Alright, so it's up near the border with... yeah. Scranton. Fucking hell, that's red. That's red. Only 22% counted though. What did I say about Pennsylvania yesterday? Or day before yesterday? I read that there's 400,000 jobs based entirely around the oil industry in Pennsylvania. If you think you can go on a debate like Biden did and outright come out with it and say, yeah, we're going to get rid of the fucking oil industry. Yeah, we're going to get rid of fracking. Yeah, we're going to do that. I want us fucking oil free. Do you honestly think they're going to come out balls deep for Biden? No fucking way. Maybe he will win it in the end. But he's not going to win by 11 points or whatever the fuck, 13 points in that. No fucking way. You don't win by being an extremist. America, related to the Brits, we don't like fanatics. Donald Trump's not a fanatic. I've proved it in many videos. I've talked about it ad nauseum. He's not a fascist. He's not a dictator. He's not even an extremist. He's not a real Republican conservative. He isn't. He's more like a Thatcher, free market libertarian type. He's blatantly not religious. Sorry to all you hardcore Republicans, but he's not religious. Donald Trump, when he got his Bible out and said, "This is my Bible that my mum read to me every night," it was like opening a fucking brand new laminated one that he bought off Amazon like 2 days earlier. Trump's not a proper hardcore anything. He's a businessman. He's a free market libertarian. He wants to make green. So he's not. unreasonable. He's a centrist. Centre-right. He's not a lunatic. And the people that Biden's been pandering to are lunatics. AOC, Green New Deal, fucking Ilhan Omar. They are lunatics. You don't breeze an election if you're pandering to lunatics. Scranton is the office town, is it? I didn't know that. I haven't seen the American office. Let's have a look. Don't chew in my ear. Yep, told you I won't. That's bad manners. It upsets people. Is that vodka in there? No, it's just water. CNN sounding a tad worried. Well, there will be. Oh, cuddling your Thatcher book. Which Thatcher book's that, Darren? Have you read the three volume one by? It's Charles Murray, isn't it? Wrote a 3-volume Thatcher biography. I've been told it's great, and I've never read it. Because I know so much about Thatcher, I don't feel like I need to read the biography. I've been a big Thatcherite all my life, so my nana loved her. Like I said, this is in 80s in Borough when I was a little kid, and my nana went on about how good Thatcher was, so she sort of brainwashed me. Active time. You know, this watch tells you to be active. I've literally been running, stopped, and as I've stood on my fucking doorstep, it's popped up and said, it's time to be active. Get off your fat ass. And I'm like, yeah, you're fucking kidding me. I've literally just walked back in the house, you cunt. CNN trying to rub one out with a slack on. I bet they are. They are. It is, and that's another thing that's turned me off the Democrats lately, is how partisan the media's been. Like, I just feel like it's the type of shit that China are doing. It's really put me off. Like, really, really bad. I would never have thought American media, like I said, the talking about yesterday, the proud, famous, great, famed papers like the Washington Post and the New York Times just going down completely with Trump derangement syndrome staggers me. Like, there's no reason for it. He's not that bad. He's not an extremist. I can't believe that they've completely lost their minds. Like, tell the truth. They've been acting like the Chinese media. They get a story that's a big, massive story that could get loads of headlines, loads of column inches. And if it's about Biden, they bury it. Like the worst type of Chinese fucking authoritarian bullshit, isn't it? You don't bury stories like that. If Donald Trump's son, Eric, or whatever he's called, had a laptop with him smoking crack on it, it'd be in every single newspaper for 3 weeks, and they buried it. I really think it's fucking shocking. Shocking behaviour. Random question, if you were 21 now, would you join the Marines again? You know what? That's an hard one. Because ever the sort of reasonable... I think of myself as a blue-collar intellectual. You know, I like to really think about every issue before I commit. And now I'm 41 years old. There's a lot of things I think, was it the right thing to do? You know, if I'd have went in something where you get a really good qualification out of it, like it's telecommunications or something like that, you can get qualifications while you train that guarantee you a fantastic job when you leave, make you rich, and you don't get that out of the Corps. The main reason I joined the Corps as a teenager was reading about the Luxor tourist massacre, and it filled me with such rage that I wanted to be a bootneck. I was like, which regiment is going to be the most likely that I'll get to kill someone in the face? Royal Marines Commando. Fuck it, I'm doing that then. And the rage and the hate and the anger drove me through my training. Turned my stomach reading about it. As a teenager, again, I told you guys earlier about it. I read it in the newspapers, in all the papers when I was working on a building site when I was like 18. Filled me with rage. I went to the careers office like the next day and said, fuck it, I want to join up. I want to kill these twats. I was in the TA at the time, so I'd been thinking about it for a long time. But that was what pushed me over the edge. But maybe I wouldn't. I think it made me the man I am. So I'm on the fence on that. That's a hard one to answer. I love the Corps, but I got angry at the end when I felt like the government was more behind our enemies than they were our lads. That's a complicated question. Yeah, who knows? I'd have to think on that some more. But you can't change who you are, can you? And I'm happy with who I am. It made me the person I am. It's my teens and my 20s was Royal Marines. Mike, how are you doing? All right? Statecraft. All right. I might check it out. Tell you what, I'll bookmark it so I don't forget. Statecraft. Scranton. Thatcher. Oh, right. I've heard about this. This is by that American woman. I've seen her on... yeah. I've seen her on one of the YouTube universities doing a lecture. Oh, no. This is actually by Thatcher then. Hang on. Preview. I'll fucking bookmark it so I don't forget. Done. There we go. Alright, back to business. Do you still have your green lid? Of course I do. Still got a green lid. And I've got a commando dagger. Nicely oiled. Every once a year I get out and give it a bit of a shine up and re-oil it. In a leather sheath next to my bed. With my handgun. Because I'm an American now. And you know for a fact, if I get a fucking ton of communist yobbos outside my window, I'm giving the cunts fucking both barrels. So yeah, I've still got a commando dagger next to my bed, and a pistol, and a green lid. Although the green lid's in the fucking cupboard somewhere. It's not something that I get out and rub every night. Where are the Swords of the Future coming from? Yeah, fuck knows. You know, I remember being a recruit in 1999 when I joined up. I remember the corporal telling me, you're probably going to be the last generation that aren't soft as shit. Because we still went like beck jumping and tree climbing, fucking fighting all the time. You know, I had a rough childhood, fighting all the time. Even with my fucking best mates, you'd always have a punch-up for something. Dead arms, fucking competitions with your mates. Used to play knifey in the park, throwing knives through each other's fucking shoes. You know, none of that happens anymore. They just fucking play on bastard computer games, don't they? Let's have a look at Texas, shall we? Fuck me. Looking pretty red, that like. But you don't know, do you? You don't know, because if Biden takes Austin, Houston and Dallas, isn't that enough numbers to take the state? I don't fully understand how it works with that, because I know that loads of California is red, but it never makes a difference, because as long as they get the big cities, there's so many people in them big cities, it doesn't even fucking matter. So if as long as he takes Dallas, which he's pissing, Austin, pissing, San Antonio, pissing, Houston, pissing. So yeah, I don't know about that. I think if he takes the major cities, he's probably got enough to take Texas, but maybe I'm wrong. Doing alright in Illinois, doing alright in Wisconsin. Still closer than everybody thought though, like I said, no fucking 11 points here and fucking 12 points there. California, oh yeah, we'll be latest, won't we? It is mad when you're in one country and there's fucking 4 time zones. Sort of weird thing to get used to. You know, I'd be working in Alabama and you'd phone someone in California and you're like 3 hours different. You're like, oh, this is weird. So, yeah, still close. What else can we look at? I'll refresh it. Still 72 to 89. Paz, you're still up there. You sad bastard. Have you got work in the morning? Trump 30k behind in North Carolina. Where the fuck's that? It's still close, that though, isn't it? Proper close. Franklin, Granville, Perquimans. Yeah, but he's taking the big city, see, so. I went to Asheville. I took a trip to Asheville for a long weekend, and that was like the most lefty place I've ever been. It was toppers with like trans, gays, fucking men, women, women, men. I got picked up in a taxi by a woman, like looked like a woman, presented as a woman, but with a full-on beard. I swear down that's a true story, in Asheville. So Asheville was always going to be Joe Biden. I woke up for a quick piss, fair enough. All right, so it looks like North Carolina's going to go Biden. Oh fucking hell! Although that's too close to call, isn't it? 30,000. We'll see what happens. Interesting stuff. Let's see where's called already. Virginia. Looks like Trump's having an easy time there. It is weird how all the big cities go blue, even though the big cities are the ones that are turning into total shitholes. It's crazy though, isn't it? It's sort of unfair how, like, you get your whole state can be like red and there's just a tiny little thumbprint of blue in like 2 big cities or 3 big cities, and then therefore you're done. It's like almost like there's a few thousand miles across the middle of the country where your vote doesn't matter. Like, if he takes all of them, that's a fucking big lump of red, isn't it? Like, you can go from South Carolina all the way to like the armpit of Oklahoma and not even go through a fucking Democrat county. It's crazy. Activists kicking off outside the White House. Yeah, we knew they were going to. Florida's definitely in the bag, is it? Fucking hell, yeah, he's pissed it. 93% in with, what's his lead? 400,000 there? I think he's about done. Texas. Yeah, don't know. Iowa. Fuck all in there. These are the ones he has to take, aren't they, though? The Rust Belt ones. He never takes Illinois because of Chicago. There's too many of them. But he does all right in Wisconsin. See, even there, they've only got 22% of the vote in. Good sign they're kicking off. They were always going to kick off. Like I said, that's what made me angry. Made me stop siding with the Democrats. A team normally I'd have a lot of time for, but nah, you're not going to threaten me into fucking supporting you. It's not happening. South Dakota, easy. North Dakota, easy. Colorado looks, yeah, it's pretty simple for Biden. Yeah, London. What a fucking shithole London is. The armpit of England, innit, London? What? And they're the places nobody likes, nobody wants to go to, and they always go the same way. I don't understand how nobody wants any change. Like, if you're walking through Seattle and you're seeing, like, fires every day for 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 5 weeks, fucking hell, it went on for like 90 days, didn't it? In fact, it probably still is on fire now. I find it truly fascinating that they just keep on going blue every time. You'd think people would want some change, but apparently not. It's crazy stuff. What else have we got? It is only the left that kicks off. And again, that's another reason to be angry with that side of the aisle, isn't it? Nobody's afraid of 100,000 guys in MAGA hats going mental and burning everything down if Trump doesn't win. No one's afraid of that. So why don't they talk about it? Why doesn't Biden go on the TV and say, fucking, we're not having this. Stop kicking off. You know, stop it. You can't smash the shit out of things just because your guy didn't win. What you do is you win the debates and you win the arguments. You don't deplatform and silence people. You win the arguments and you have the debates and you win the next election. That's how it works. The only reason we accept that system and we don't stab each other in the eye with spears anymore or blow each other up is because we agreed that when your guy wins, you accept it and you wait a few years and you try again, and they do the same. If you're just going to start not accepting the results, like with Brexit and like with Trump in 2016, what reason is there for the opposition to ever accept defeat? There isn't. You are heading towards mass violence and wars if you just keep on refusing to accept the results of elections. And again, I'll say that's what's depressed me about America now. It seems like nobody's going to fucking have the argument. It seems like both sides now are going to contest this, no matter what happens. If Trump loses, he'll say it wasn't fair, it was rigged, it was the mail-in vote, it was fraud. And if Biden fucking loses, he'll say Trump rigged the election again like they did in 2016, didn't accept the result. Didn't accept the result, did they? They did not. Every single day was another ridiculous claim. Oh, yeah, it was the fucking Russians. The Russians. Just ridiculous on the face of it. Trump's like, I've never even met the bloke. And they're like, oh, yeah. Deep state. It's like I said, they turned into fucking Alex Jones. No matter what you told them or what evidence you showed them, they were like, no, definitely the Russians. Definitely the fucking Russians. They turned into the conspiracy theorists because they didn't want to accept the result of the election. And I just wish both sides would start calming fucking down and accept the fact that if you lose, it's not the end of the world. If your fucking guy fucks it all up, if Biden fucks it all up, signs a load of contracts, makes a complete pig's ear of it, then a right-wing Republican will come in and smash the cunt in the next election. I haven't lost faith in the electoral system, is the point. And I wish more people would just accept it, just crack on. Ballot printer go burr. Yeah, there is, at least there's a lot more evidence for the fact that they've been cheating with the mail-in ballots than there is evidence that the Russians somehow caused Trump to win, even though everybody in America hates him, which is, again, the totally false narrative they've been spreading. Everybody hates him. Everybody hates him. They don't. They fucking don't. I told you, walk around California, even they don't hate him. They fucking don't. It was never going to be an 11-point fucking win. Oh, landslide for Biden in Florida, landslide for Biden in Texas. No fucking way. The demo rats always reflect what they're up to onto the other side. Yeah, well, that's politics. It's a fucking dirty, it's a dirty business. Democrats, Donald's votes coming in. Democrat ballot print to go burr. Trump moves ahead in Ohio. See, it's fucking close everywhere. So much for the fucking Biden landslide. What was the guy I was showing you guys yesterday in the Washington Post saying it was going to be like fucking 410 of fucking Biden or something? I was like, is there even that many? I don't know. 270 to win. He had Biden winning by like fucking 400. Who else is close? What about the Senate? Let's have a look. Still more red on there, isn't there? House. Senate, fucking hell. See, that's red. If you look at the Senate, that's fucking red, that. Even that is mad though, look. See what I'm saying in the big cities? Oklahoma. That must be Oklahoma City. Fucking smashing it. Everywhere else fucking red. Texas has a lot of blue though. It's really fascinating stuff. New Mexico, fucking hell, that looks like it's split in half. Only 6k behind in North Carolina. What about governors? Fucking hell. Vermont. Do they normally have a Republican governor in Vermont? I thought Vermont was where Bernie Sanders was from. And that, you know, they'd piss it. But New Hampshire. 300 seats prediction. Oh, that'll get my bet up. I had 300. North Dakota's in. Fucking. See, it's there. No matter what happens, Biden's not fucking pissing it. No fucking way. So, fake news, right? Although North Carolina's gone to Roy Cooper, eh? That's still not finished. 83%. Yep, it's all to play for. Win-win. Any flips? No flips yet. So I guess Vermont was always a fucking Republican governor. House. Flips, see any? Don't see any flips yet. Yeah, probably too early, innit? Like I said, which is why I find it weird everyone's sat up all night. Like, it's not fucking going to happen. If you're English, you might as well go to bed, because when you get up at 8 o'clock in the morning, it's midnight here. Probably just about starting to get a picture of who's going to win. It's, The island of blue in Mississippi is King Cotton, home of the Democrat Party. Yeah, well, up north, it's too early, mate. You're not going to get a full picture. Some of these that I'm thinking, fucking hell, he's pissed it. Look at them, they aren't even. Colorado's only 72% in. Texas is only 76% in. None of them are crystal clear. Bannon's War Room. See, I do like Steve Bannon. He's a great speaker. Again, they call him a fascist and a neo-Nazi. You actually listen to the guy. I watched him to give that like sort of 2-hour interview to The Economist a couple of years ago. Reasonable. Nothing he says is unreasonable. And they've turned him out to make out like he's fucking Adolf. Fat Adolf. Josh, hiya, mate. Vincent. Any relation to Andy, Vincent? Andy McChad. If Trump wins, I think it will be time to make all posters redundant. Yeah, but this is what I told you guys. You can't blame the pollsters really, because people just lie shamelessly. What did I say on the I don't think a lot of you are on my Facebook, but put on my Facebook. I honestly believe there's at least 1 million totally lying to the pollsters. If you go on Twitter, like I always ask people, you've been lying. Everyone's been lying shamelessly. Shamelessly. There's going to be at least 1 million blokes who've blatantly lied on purpose to the pollsters, and they've said, are you going to vote for Biden? And they've gone, oh yeah, man, I love Joe Biden. I always thought that I was going to go with Trump, but no, I love Joe Biden. They were doing it on purpose. And that's why I said it wasn't going to be some massive landslide for Biden, because they tell you, it's not like some fucking super secret. They tell you, they happily tell you. You go on Twitter, you go on Quora, you go on Facebook, interact with people, and they're all like, yeah, I lied to the fucking polls, right? I did. I want to troll them, maximum trollage. They were like, this is going to be the best practical joke ever. We're just going to totally troll them all. Everyone, they were on Reddit, they're on fucking telling everyone, yeah, Salty Army UK division. it's Honkler the Clown. Honkler, if you've never watched me, you're barking up the wrong tree if you think I'm salty, mate. Yeah, I'm happy to see Trump win. So, wrong channel. Go check some fucking lefty twats out. So that's the crack. What about, I mean, like I said, what else was I talking about? So you've got at least 1 million people lying. That instantly stops it from being a Biden landslide to fuck, it's 50-50. And then everything else that's at play. Cubans in Florida not wanting to vote for people that pander to communists. Mexicans, they all go on as if, oh no, Texas is done because it's full of Mexicans. New Mexico's done because it's full of Mexicans. Arizona's fucking done, it's full of Mexicans. It's like, loads of Mexicans are fucking based, and they're like, hang on. I work my arse off, and I'm always grafting away, and I'm constantly pulling my pudding out, putting food on the table, and these dumb shits just want to make it all free, tax the shit out of me and my successful fucking gardening business to pay for some fucking lazy Workshire arsehole who's never lifted a finger in the last fucking 20 years. There's loads of reasons why the pollsters can't get it right. I don't think you can blame them if, like I said, people are just lying to them on purpose. And people are doing it on purpose now, aren't they? They're like, fuck them. I never talked to them. I suspect left-leaning people are keen to talk. Exactly, right? I believe it was first in the UK, shy Tory. And that's what it is, shy Trumpers. Shy Trumpers, or not even shy Trumpers, outright trolley Trumpers lying to the pollsters on purpose because they think it'll be fucking hilarious if all of the lefties are like, we've got it in the bag, we're going to breeze it. We're going to win way more than fucking Clinton was projected to. And then all of a sudden, now look at them. Now their arses are 50p, 5p, all the way through. Right, Salty Army. Right, okay. So is Salty Army a load of lefties, is it? Yeah, they must be sweating. Like I said, even if Biden wins, at least they're sweating. Because that was the plan. Lie to the pollsters. Make them all think they're 100% chance they're going to win. And then just troll them and all vote for fucking Trump. And now their arse is 50p, 5p, fucking hell, all night long. All these people aren't going to sleep, and I will sleep, which is what I've just told you. I'll sleep like a fucking log. Because I'm not pathological with hatred and rage and fear. It's like, I don't care that much. Life will go on regardless of who wins. And, yeah, all these people who are fucking pathological about it. Well, the joke's on them, innit? They won't be able to sleep. They'll have a fucking shit night because they're crazy. And you deserve to have a shit night if you're crazy. Fuck you. Yeah, up north, 50p, 5p. That's a good one, innit? Oh, what was the joke my mate told me? Made me laugh like fuck. I wonder if I can find it. Where's my phone? Oh, I haven't got it. Oh, what was it now? It was something about Prince Andrew. It was like, what goes open, close, open, close, open, close. It was like Prince Andrew's arsehole when the doorbell goes. When he was thinking he was going to be getting a fucking knock on the door for the coppers because of all that Charlie Chester stuff. Salty Cracker. Oh yeah, I've watched him. He's pretty funny. Yeah, I like him. Like I said, I like the more comical ones than the half-crown sixpence. Is that right? It's funny. I'm glad to know the bootneck terminology's never changed. We've just changed the currency. Yeah, I like Salty Cracker. I like the ones that are funnier. Like Sargon's a good channel, and he's really well spoken, and he's much more well read and more knowledgeable than I am. But just not very funny. Too serious. I like Salty Cracker, makes me laugh. Dankula's funny. Paz I like. Paz makes me laugh. It's like I prefer the crack. Bert on We Got a Problem. He's pretty funny. Just takes the piss out of people. Uses the word, you know, shit cunt and fucking. Well, what's his favourite one? Shit weasel. Just taking the piss out of people. Like I prefer that. Like I said, politics is too serious, man. People need to fucking relax. When you're a normal, stoic, working class chap, no matter what happens, you just crack on and get on with things, don't you? So I prefer the humorous ones than the fucking rage fest. Again, that's why the left's lost me. Too fucking serious, man. They freak out all the time. It's like the pictures of these fat birds screeching and crying is embarrassing. You're a grown-up. Like, get a fucking grip. Do you know what I mean? Get a fucking life. Spunk trumpet, yeah, that's a good one. Horn blower. Get a fucking life, man. Like I said, if you're melting down over an election, you seriously need to get a hobby. And I'm set here doing a stream talking about fucking elections, but get a fucking life, lads. All of this stuff, politics should be like 5% of your life. Most of it should be like your wife or your girlfriend, your kids, your mates, your community, your local boozer, your football team, your hobbies, your fucking career, your education, everything else. And politics is like 5%, like a little bit of it. Interesting, I love politics. Maybe you can call it one of your hobbies, one of your many hobbies. Something to be interested in, but not something that you should be fucking crying yourself to sleep over, no matter who wins. Do you think you guys would have been crying your eyes out if Corbyn won? Because I wouldn't. I'd have been like, fuck me, what a bunch of clueless twats we are. Let's let him wreck shit for 4 years, and then we'll get another Thatcher in, won't we? Because he'd fuck the world up. And then everyone would shit themselves, vote in fucking another new Thatcher who would appear, because cometh the hour, cometh the man. Someone would turn up, or woman, because she was a woman. I am definitely feminist when it comes to fucking politics, because how good was Thatcher? So cometh the man, cometh the woman. That's what we'd want. Cheers, Andy. Appreciate that, mate. Not that witty. Comical, but I don't think it's that witty. It's not the end of the fucking world. People need to get a grip, whatever happens. So yeah, there is that. Let's see if the track has moved any. Biden's lead's getting even bigger. 72 to 94. So what's he got? So he's definitely got New York. I guess everyone knew that. He's definitely got Vermont. Everyone knew that, right? Fucking Trump. It's looking good for him here, though, isn't it? This massive, huge, massive about what? Michigan, Indiana, Ohio, Pennsylvania, fucking West. It looks like he's got about 20 fucking 5 states there nearly in the bag. Boris, how bad's Boris? I've never been more disappointed in a man in my entire life than Boris. Well, maybe myself, the first time I ever drank so much I couldn't get an erection. Other than that, I've never been as disappointed in a man as Boris. It's just terrible, isn't it? The way he talked, going on about Churchill all the time, and then Macron does a better job of defending the statues than fucking Boris. Macron, who isn't even in charge of a Conservative party. Macron's party's not called the Conservative Party. Macron ran as like a centre-left guy, didn't he? Centre-left, wishy-washy, globalist banker, and he's 10 times better than Boris. He's more conservative than the Conservative. How the fuck does that work? He told them what the crack is with statues. He's been better on Islam and fucking terrorism. Boris Johnson is as soft as a second-hand arsehole. I can't believe how bad he's been. Did you hear we can't have protest marches? Yeah, unless you're the right colour. Yeah. Do you remember how many we had at fucking Black Lives Matter? I think I made a meme about that on my Twitter. Maybe I can find that quickly. Where's the bit with your photos on? There's one I made. Looks like Biden lost. That could have an alarming double meaning, couldn't it? Because I'm sure the Greenies think that's great. Like, if Biden's lost, the whole world's on fire. What my point was, that's what the fucking lefty rioters are going to do if Biden doesn't win. Everywhere's going to be on fire. No, Boris is shocking. Totally lost my rag with him. Fucking hell, I guess I've been on Twitter a lot more than I thought I had. Yeah, there's a good tweet. That was very insightful, wasn't it? Jack Doorstop looks like a homeless prostitute, right down to the glassy eyes and vacant stare. Lying and living a life of manipulation and deceit are ultimately self-defeating because it's so bad for your mental health. And looking at the absolute clip of this bloke proves it. Look at the clip of him. The clip of him, if he knocked on your door and went, all right, I'm here to take the kids out, you'd go, fuck off, you creepy fucking weirdo. I'd rather trust the kids with Abu Hamza than fucking Jack Dorsey. That made me laugh. I heart Marcus. Quality. Skinny Saddam, yeah. He does. He looks like Sads when they pulled him out of that fucking bunker, doesn't he? Yeah, there's a good one. I won't even repeat it because YouTube probably banned me. Yeah, the French... Macron did well on the statues, didn't he? That was the Orange God should officially mark himself the only candidate immune to the China virus. That would have been a good one. A little bit crass, but he does that well, doesn't he? The videos of him dancing made me laugh as well. There's one of my favourite lies. I shared this with Scott Adams because I was listening to him. And he said, like, it's a hoax that he said, very fine people. So I cut that from the BBC website. In the same press conference, the same one, like literally after he got asked the question, he said, I'm not talking about neo-Nazis and white nationalists because they should be condemned totally. Like that was his literal sentence out of his mouth. And they spent the last 4 years telling everyone that he's a neo-Nazi and he supports neo-Nazis and he won't disavow neo-Nazis. It's like, fuck me, what else can he do? What else can he do? Tattoo it on his fucking arse and show the world his orange arse cheeks on the fucking CNN. It's ridiculous. Again, it offends me. I'm not typically a right-wing Republican Trump type person, but it offends me how fucking stupid they think I am. Do you think I'm a retard? I heard him say it, and you've spent 4 years telling me he's a neo-Nazi. Like, what the fuck? Jesus wept. David Lammy, I hate him. What else have we got? Yep, black post box. Quality. I said the UK was 99.99% white in 1945, hence the reason it makes total sense for the USA to have a Black History Month. And in the UK, Lenny Henry's on the list. We've got so few black people from history. We had to fucking paint a post box. We only painted 4, and one of them was dedicated to Lenny Henry. Lenny Henry. They've got like all these titans of history, you know. Martin Luther King Jr. and all these people. We've got Lenny fucking Henry on a post box. Like, that's comically bad. He's like a mediocre 1980s comedian, for fuck's sake. Lenny Henry. And Mary Seacole wasn't even a nurse. She sold tabs to fucking officers. She sold baccy. She was like Del Boy. We've got an unfunny comedian from the 80s and fucking Del Boy on post boxes. Do me a fucking favour. Oh yeah, there's a meme I made, look. See that? COVID-19 cases went up some. The pubs did this. Yeah. Innit? That was the Black Lives Matter march. After a random stranger criminal, career criminal, got accidentally killed, because he didn't get murdered, he died because of drugs, right? After that happened, they all signed off, all the doctors wrote a big letter saying, you can definitely protest. Some things are too important to have a lockdown, yeah? Random strangers in foreign countries, thousands of miles away. Some things are too important to have a lockdown, but they're letting Black Lives Matter do that. Fucking angry mob. Yeah, they let them do that. But you aren't allowed to have two people in a protest. Tommy Robinson can't stand next to his mum in Speaker's Corner, but Black Lives Matter can do that. Fucking, are you pulling my pisser? Mary Seacole did nout. Del Boy Seacole. Del Boy. Put Del Boy on the back of a tenner. He's done fucking more. Florence Nightingale actually achieved really amazing things and pioneered change. Mary Seacole sold fucking booze and tabs. It's beyond a joke. And what we're going to get Charles Darwin off for Mary Seacole? Fucking kidding me. Basically came up with the fact that we're an evolved ape. Completely blew everyone's minds, like we thought for thousands of years. We definitely created from a bit of dust and a fucking rib by a magic man in the sky. And he basically invented the concept that maybe we didn't. And we're going to boot Darwin off a fucking banknote to put Del Boy Seacombe on one. Mind fucking blown. What next? Kick Isaac Newton off. The father of physics, we're going to kick Isaac Newton off and put fucking who? Lenny Henry on one. Because he went awooga on fucking TV in the 80s. You're having a laugh, aren't you? The first black naffy wagon, yeah. Hey, fair play to Mary Seacole. We all like booze and tabs when we're deployed, but it's not fucking rocket science, is it? She's not up there with Charles Darwin. Michael Faraday. Fuck Michael Faraday. Get me a random black woman who moved to England in 1989 and fucking sold socks outside a tube station. What are you talking about? Fucking baffles me. Never put a northerner on there, will there? No one from the northeast. Fuck you. Random black people who moved to London in 1988. Let's stick them on some banknotes. We are the underclass, boys and girls. The white working class from up north. We're the fucking underclass. Not these privileged black people. Like I've said, all the best jobs in the north now. It depends on your colour. The fucking fire brigade's the best job in North East. And if for like places like Middlesbrough and Sunderland where no one goes to university in big numbers and no one's got any money. Unskilled but well-paid jobs like the fire department or the police department. They're really good jobs. And the fucking fire department in Middlesbrough looks like the cast of The Cosby Show. Fucking, there's hardly any black people there, but when a fucking fire engine turns up, you're like, fuck me, it's like the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Like, there is an underclass in England, and it's not the BME community. It's scruffy fucking 2 GCSEs northern white arseholes like me. CNN sounding licked. Fantastic. Bit early for him to be sounding licked though. It's just not going as well as they thought it was going to, innit? Fucking hell. So he's pissing Florida then. Not quite pissing it. 94%. Winning by nearly 400,000. Seems like he's fucking squared away. Head like a melted welly. There's fucking thousands of them. You learn them all in the military. Head like a half-chewed toffee. Face like a plasterer's radio. Face like a bulldog licking piss off a nettle. Fucking loads. I think my dad used to use that one. Don't seem to like fire. That has reminded me, Josh, he's a good one. I remember when I was deploying to Sierra Leone, remember when it was kicking off out there with the West Side boys? I went into the pub on pre-deployment leave, and I goes in, and my dad's mate Brian is now bloke. He said to me, where you going, Matty? And I said, I'm off to Sierra Leone soon. And he went, oh, I'll give you some good advice, son. I sat next to him, and he was like, what's that? He said, just keep a snake on you. They don't like snakes out there. Anyone gives you any chew, just throw a fucking snake at them. And I was like, you are aware they give me a machine gun, aren't you? Yeah? Machine gun, sidearm, hand grenades. I don't think I'm going to start filling my ammunition pouches with fucking cobras. Sky News asked, don't want to repeat that, might get banned. Sky News crying, yeah, knew there would be. Oh, was that John Fashioner? Inadvertently, somewhat prejudiced there then. John Fashioner. Okay, that was funny. Stop Watch UK, stop, because most of the people started to be... I don't know what that is. Was that BME, you mean? Alright, so Biden's definitely going to take Colorado. Oh, no, not definitely. 80%. So if it's dark, they've called for him already. But fucking hell, that's a lot of red in the middle, innit? Trump well ahead in PA. Knew that. There you go. What did I say? And they were like, oh, Pittsburgh's in the mix. And I was like, what did I say earlier? 400,000 fucking oil workers. And he goes on TV in the fucking debates and says, oh yeah, we're going to get rid of all the jobs in oil. We're going to get rid of fracking. We're going to get rid of it. Are you fucking kidding me? There's 400,000 guaranteed votes for Trump and all of their wives, right? All of them. So there's 800,000 for Trump. And they were telling us he was going to win Pennsylvania by 11 points. Fuck off. Got to be a madman. Oh my God, so he's winning in Wisconsin as well. Oh, that's only 33% in there as well. But like I said, right, you can go to bed quite happy. Worst case scenario, they're going to have squeaky arseholes all night long, and Biden will just squeak it. But even that's a win, really, isn't it? It's a win for us, because they've been saying he couldn't win. They've been saying Biden was going to win by 15 points. They've been saying he was illegitimate, Russians, hawks, lies. They had the entirety of the mainstream media, the entirety of Silicon Valley, big tech, all the oligarchs, big business, every single advantage you can possibly think of, and it's still squeaky arsehole time. So even a loss is a win. Try and take that for some solace if you're a hardcore Trumper. Worst case scenario, he wins, but he's got no legitimacy because they were cheating the entire time. They were cheating, they were lying, they were running interference like we're living in fucking China. All the MSM was looking out for Biden. All the big tech, all the oligarchs, Silicon Valley, everyone. All they did was cheat, and the best they could do is a limp dick finish, crawling over the line as the geriatric zombie gets fucking weekend at Bernie's over the line by Kamala and a large burly deckhand. Like that's the most they're going to manage. So, lads, if you're depressed because you're a Trump voter, even worst case scenario, still kind of won. Every advantage was theirs. They cheated shamelessly. They got no legitimacy at all. None. You don't think wives vote to save their husbands' jobs? Fucking do. Maybe I'm old-fashioned husband. There's no way. If your husband's bringing home the cheddar and you're worried that he'll lose his job, you don't think they'd fucking vote for the guy that told him to? I think they fucking would. My missus, I'm certain she would. I hope she doesn't hear me. I'm kidding. I'm fucking sure she would. If I was like, listen, I'm going to lose my fucking job here. Well, and she didn't vote for fucking Biden, did she? My missus has never not voted Democrat. She wrote in Andrew Yang, because I've been moaning so much about fucking Biden and the Chinese media. I like to think that I played a small role in that. You know, it's been criminal. It's been criminal the way... It's made me embarrassed as a new American, and I thought this was a totally free country with free press and free reporters and everyone had integrity. And to see how much CNN and MSNBC and Twitter and Facebook and Google and everyone else has ran interference for Biden and not not pushed big stories worthy of thousands of column inches has really disgusted me and sort of demoralised me about my new country. I think it's been shocking. Trouble with wives is they're female. Well, Darren, if that floats your boat, mate, that's up to you. See, message retracted. That wasn't me. I haven't pressed anything. Yeah, if your bread's buttered that way, Daz, I can't help you, mate. Women have the flaws, but they just look nicer. I'm sure it would appeal to me to be going out with a big hairy ass bloke who I was like, what do you want to do on Saturday? Watch the rugby, then I'll give you a chew. That has its appeal. But unfortunately, I just can't get away with blokes, big hairy backs. I can't imagine being behind one of them. So, sorry Daz, I'm not with you on that, mate. Claims of Russian interference, pro-Trump Facebook ads. Yeah, exactly right, Josh. Yeah. 24/7 for 4 years. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. It offended me when they hid all of the fucking taxes. Like, they shared salacious, unverifiable gossip from Russia about P-tapes. And they were like, oh yeah, let's share this everywhere for 3 weeks. But they wouldn't show you factual pictures from a real laptop that was dropped off by Hunter Biden and nobody in the Biden camp ever denied it. Bit weird, that, innit? Anyway, I think this has gone on long enough, lads. I'm definitely not staying up all night. And you sad bastards, you should go to bed. Because this isn't going to get called until about, at the earliest, about fucking hell, 9 o'clock in the morning in England. So get your head down and be happy that my predictions were very fucking bang on. Whatever happens, worst case scenario, Biden limps over the line, he's got no fucking legitimacy, and he must know that this country does not want Chomper, fucking AOC and her retarded friends, pushing some fucking Green New Deal, commie light bullshit on a bunch of fucking Cubans in Florida or a bunch of Mexicans in Texas who said, fuck you, I'm not a commie, you daft old senile fucking cunt. So yeah. But I'm going to can it because I go to bed every night at 8 o'clock and I watch TNG. And we work through the entire, like, all 7 seasons or whatever, and then we'll start on, like, Deep Space Nine or something. But, yeah, at 8 o'clock, I'm proper getting old. That is my rule. I lie in bed with my missus and I watch TNG and relax, and then I read for half an hour and I get my head down about 9:30. That's how much of a sad bastard I am now. Now I'm old. Because I work out a lot, you know, I need to keep rested, and I binge drink on a weekend. But there is that. So, lads, I'm probably going to shit can it. I'm going to brush my teeth and hit the fucking sack. Newcastle and Sunderland for Trump, happy days, I would assume. I will say on one thing before I leave. Isn't it hilarious? There was a guy on Quora saying, oh, the British all hate Trump. I was like, how is that a thing? When TNG, no, that's Star Trek, The Next Generation, Darren. I'm a Trekkie. But, like, they keep saying everyone in Britain hates Trump, and nearly everyone I've met that voted Brexit likes Trump. And Brexit won. So I keep telling Americans, they're just doing what CNN and MSNBC are doing. They're outright lying to you. So if you're an American, don't despair. The British don't hate Donald Trump. They don't hate him. Every fucking Brexit voter likes him, and Brexit won. End of discussion, right? The media lies, Silicon Valley lies, big tech lies, the House of Lords lies, Parliament lies. Brexiteers like him, and they fucking won. So that's the end of that one. Right, I'm off, boys. Have a good night. Thanks for watching. It's still 50-50. Basically what I said it was going to be. Between 299 and 330 is what we want, because then I'll win my wager. And yeah, let's hope for the best. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Yeah, of course you do, Thomas. Fucking hell, Brexit won the vote. 52% of the bastard country like him. Just not the BBC and the Guardian. Yeah, Sadie cunt doesn't like him. Right, I'm done, boys. Have a good night. Godspeed, Donald. I'll see you guys soon. Cheers.